Yo, what is good, Brody? It's been a minute, but I guess good things happen to those who wait, because we have a lot of content to talk about, man. There's been so many things. All right, bro, I get it. Get into that, because it's early in baseball. Like we like to say, we're gonna be interested the first few weeks. It's gonna die out, and then we'll be back hyped as hell. That like again in like July, August around there. But we'll definitely open up with some baseball. Big NFL news, because we've had a lot of rumors about the top wide receiver. Well, not top, but some of the top wide receivers in the league and the up-and-comers of the league. So, we could deep dive into that real quick. And we got to talk NBA playoffs, bro. Like, I know we're supposed to give our predictions before, but, people are busy. So, we'll be talking about playoffs and talk about who we all picked, how that's looking.
Arguably, this might be one of the best playoffs in a while.
Yeah, if you look at matchups, it's going to be one of the craziest playoffs in maybe since LeBron was in Cleveland.
Agreed.
Yeah, but for the people who have never seen any of this and are like, who the hell are these two guys talking about sports? This is the Radical Souls podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Ethan, and Chris is out in Puerto Rico.
Living his best life right now.
But he will be with us next time when he's out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and the reality of 50-degree weather going to smoke him right back in the mouth again. With this weather all over the place, and you can see I still got a freaking Nike neck warmer on and crap out here while Ethan's in a t-shirt. E, what's good with Radical Social?
Oh, now we're back on track, so we're gonna get everything started back up with that with reviews. We're gonna do more things on the podcast, so we're gonna have more fun next month.
Words. The link will be in the description to go find that page. And if you want to follow that and hear us talking sneakers, that's where you go. But this is the sports channel, and we got plenty of sports to talk about. So with that being said, E, let's get it.
Let's get right into it.
Where would you like to start?
Playoffs?
You want to talk about playoffs?
Playoffs.
Yo. Let's start with the game from last night, Brooklyn and the Celtics. There's a lot of things being talked about out there. They're talking about the Celtics defense being rough on KD. Other people are saying, nah, it's not the defense. It's just KD struggling a little bit. He'll be all right. You got people saying, yo, who's the Nets coach going to be next year? Do you bring back Kyrie? Who do you add to this roster? Where do you want to start with all of this?
Let's start with KD, because he's getting locked up. Like, don't put – Boston is almost a top 5 defense, if not is top 5 defense.
I don't even think it's that they're locking him up. I think it's they're wearing him down.
Agreed.
You feel me? Because there's some shots where he's wide open and he's missing shots that he would normally hit, and I think he's just so worn out at that point that he's just starting to miss some very easy shots.
Completely agree with you.
So I think I agree with you. They're all locking him up, obviously, but like I think there's also some times where they are just struggling.
It's only him and Kyrie. Like, once they get the ball, like, they have to not force it up, but they're taking the most shots out of everybody on the team.
Yeah. Seth Curry is looking like playoff Seth Curry that we know.
The bad Curry, of course.
Yeah, like, I feel like this happens to Seth every single season. Because plays very well through the regular season, comes playoffs, and he's shooting like 20-something%, low 30s. And we know how his defense is. They're hunting him every possession they can.
He doesn't look good. The team as a whole does not look good. Bruce Brown, Seth Curry, Draymond, everybody.
Yo, am I wrong to think that Bruce Brown is not all that? I don't like Bruce Brown. I feel like he's just a byproduct of being on a good team, and he talks crazy because I'm on a good team. I got KD, Kyrie. I can talk how I want because I'm gonna be able to score some points because so much attention's on them.
No, you're completely right. Like, he's just a nice role player, not even a sixth man. Yeah, I don't see him that impressive.
How much blame do you put on Steve Nash, though? Because I want to bring up a lineup I saw last night of Nick Claxton, Seth Curry, Goran Dragic, Kyrie Irving, and Bruce Brown. Like, what in his right mind thought that 4 guards would be a good idea to put out there against Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart?
You know how sometimes they say, like, if you play in the NBA, don't be a coach? This is one of those instances. He should have never became the Nets coach.
Yeah, like if you wanted Steve Nash on the staff, cool. But they had Kenny Atkinson, and they were like, "Oh, he's too tough. He's making us run too hard in practice." Bro, Steve Nash does not have X's and O's.
Doesn't.
They let Udoka go because he was on the bench last year for them. He was an assistant coach. They have Amari Stoudemire back then. Every time I see him on the bench, I'm like, bro, why are you there? Mike D'Antoni, they had him as well, and they let him go. Like, they don't have, like, a real voice in there. And even then, like, I think they should have kept Kenny Atkinson as an assistant, worst case, and be like, yo, look, we're going to make you the assistant, but you're going to be helping run most of this stuff. Steve Nash will be the one running the show because, he can connect to the players better, and boom. But, yo, he cannot coach to save his life. I'm sorry. It's so
He can.
Like, I know me and Chris were giving Tom Thibodeau a lot of crap about certain things we were seeing, and yo, bro, like, this looks like a Tom Thibodeau offense, but at least Tom Thibodeau can give us some defense.
Exactly. Thibodeau's not as bad as it seems compared to Nash.
Yo, it was just ISO. And he's making it ISO, and it's like, yo, bro, you put it in KD's hands. They know it's going to KD, and they're attacking KD. Like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
It's bad, man. And they don't play till Saturday. Do you think they're making an adjustment? Do you think they get swept? Do you think it's only going to 5?
I would say maybe 6, depending on how the Celtics show up in Brooklyn. But I don't see them getting swept or 5.
And let's talk about somebody that a lot of people say looks like me, Ben Simmons. Do you bring him back? Do you not? Do you even risk it? Because my main thing with Ben Simmons is, I thought he was a great player. All this time, I've never talked really bad about him. A lot of people have talked bad about him and said he is not an all-star, he is not a superstar, he is not this, he is not that. So what makes people think that because you are bringing him back in the playoffs with the pressure that is on Brooklyn, that would be a great idea?
It's his first game back all year. This is probably one of the most concerned problems they have because he's a point guard / power forward. So, like, what do you do with him?
Like, I get it. You want to bring him back for his defense. You don't need him to score, but clearly they need somebody to score. We do not know what's in Ben Simmons' bag anymore because we have not seen this dude play for a year. Granted, he can come out and knock 3 down and get a stop, but, like, what good does that do you if he's only playing 15 minutes?
Exactly.
Like, do you bring him back? Should you even bother? Should you just –
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I would just either keep him on the bench and maybe put him in for a couple minutes to get back to it, maybe 6-man, but they throw him right into the line. Like, nah, they should not do that.
I don't even think you should bring him back at all. Honestly, like, I don't see the point in bringing him back at this point. It's like, yo, you're going to put this pressure on this dude. Oh, we're down 2-0. Come on. Defensive player of the year. Snub. Go out there and get us some stop. Like, yo, what? Yeah, we don't want to put too much pressure on Ben. Yo, go out there while we're down 2-0. All right, we need your defense. Like, that's putting all the pressure in the world on this poor dude. And it's like, yo, just take your L. Y'all shouldn't have traded for James Harden. Y'all should have kept Karis LeVert and Jared Allen. You know how I said that trade was going to go down, and it went down to the T perfectly like I said it would.
Yep.
And figure out what you're going to do next year because there's no point in bringing this dude back this year and running the risk of giving him another injury to his back and you don't have him next year either.
I agree. I completely agree.
We'll see what happens, man. It's a weird series for me because I hate Brooklyn and I hate Boston. So it's like it's a win-win regardless of who loses because I'm going to see somebody I hate lose.
True. You're not wrong.
Then we had the Bucks and Bulls series. It's 1-1 right now. Nobody really gave the Bulls a chance in this series. It looked like they didn't have a chance, and then Mr. Chris Middleton sprains his MCL and is out 3 to 4 weeks minimum. What's going to happen in this series, Mr. Ethan?
I mean, you have the Bucks. They can win without Middleton. We've seen them win games without Middleton. This Chicago team is so stacked that I see them being an upset team. Like, I know they don't do well against top-tier teams, but they're so talented. Like, Vooch is talented. DeMar, you have role players playing well.
I think the Bucks are still gonna pull this off. I do believe that it's gonna be tough though. They have to blow them out. Like if they don't blow the Bulls out, they're gonna lose games because Chris Middleton is their big shot maker down the stretch. And now that he's gone, I don't know if I want the ball in Giannis's hand as much down the stretch. I don't even know if I want Drew Holiday, who's the point guard, having the ball in his hands that much down the stretch because his shooting from the mid range is horrendous. So it's either a three or a layup, and I think they're gonna be able to pull it off because like once you lose a player in the game, it's kind of hard to make an adjustment because it's like what do we do now? We kind of planned for Chris to have the ball in his hands and do what he was supposed to do, and now we don't, and you're trying to like adjust on the fly. Then don't make the proper adjustments because, like you said, they're stacked. But I feel like I feel like the Bulls are top heavy.
Sure.
If you kill their bench, it's over for them. Like they're gonna have to rely on their starters. You just gotta wear their starters down, and you probably come out of there with a dub.
It's only rookies and sophomores: Kobe White, Ao, and a couple other players.
Yeah, so I don't trust the Bulls still. I do think the Bucks will make the proper adjustments and get it going the right way. Toronto and Philly. Do you want to stop here? Should we even talk about it?
Philly's taking that no matter what. I don't care what anybody says.
It's 3-0. Should we even talk about it? Or do you want me to just keep moving on?
No, Philly got that in the bag.
Miami, Atlanta.
Miami. Not even a question about. Everybody's down in Miami. I don't understand why. I don't care if it is Trae Young. It's Miami.
Who was the one that picked Miami to go to the finals?
You did.
And how's that looking right now after this Chris Middleton injury?
So. They still face Philly next round. Don't slow it too far.
No. I feel you. But
they will if they make it after Philly.
So I'm gonna go through our winners real quick from the East and the West before we go on to the West, just so people know more or less who we said on Friday would be moving on. So I had Miami. I did say the Hawks might give them problems. I thought the Hawks maybe could, only because of their offense, and that offense has been nowhere to be found. Philly, Milwaukee. I said the Nets, which is funny as hell, which I really didn't care for that series. The Suns, the Jazz, the Warriors, and Grizzlies. You had the same picks. You said the Wolves might be the only upset possibly. That series has been crazy. And I thought about that too. I thought about it. We'll talk about it right now because I think they play tonight. Chris said Phoenix, Utah, Denver, yikes, Memphis, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, and Boston.
He picked Boston over Nets. Interesting.
Yeah, and he also picked Denver over the Warriors. I don't know what to make of his picks.
If you see Jokic out there, he looks like he's just exhausted.
Let's talk about that game first because it's not going to be much to talk about.
That poor guy.
Golden State, Denver, bro. That series, Golden State leads 2-0. They play tonight. And you got the new lineup nicknamed PTSD. No offense to the people out there that might be suffering from that because that's rough. But you got Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. And they said, yo, we had a small ball lineup. This is a small ball lineup. They had to put some emphasis on it and say with their chest because Jordan Poole was emerging. And that's a scary-ass team. And that's why I picked them to maybe go to the finals.
I'm still on the edge on that. I mean, now that Devin Booker's out, of course, but like, I don't know. I don't know if it's saying it too soon.
What you mean saying it too? If they play the winner of Memphis or the Timberwolves, I think experience is going to help them win over either one of those teams.
Nah, you're right. Because as much as I love Memphis, they're not experience ready yet.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you're going to have John Morant going against Steph Curry. They're going to drop 40 on each other. Then, like, what happens after that?
Then you got Klay shooting threes.
And then you got Jordan Poole give you another 20. Like, Memphis is going to be more about who is going to help Ja with the load.
Maybe I'm just sick of seeing them win the finals. Maybe that's why.
Listen, I'm sick of it too, but I'm realistic.
Fair enough.
Then, we mentioned Phoenix and Devin Booker having an injury. Devin Booker's going to be out. They said 2 to 3 weeks with a grade 1 hamstring strain. We've seen how a hamstring strain works. He's out for the playoffs probably. I wouldn't even try to rush him back. That might not go too well.
Same as Melton. Both have the same problem, and it's hard to recover quickly.
Yeah, this isn't the first time that Devin Booker goes through a hamstring injury either. He's had a few in his career already. He had one earlier this year.
Yep.
The other hamstring. So they're playing the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram. It's Brandon Ingram.
CJ, we see him with Portland.
He's been going off. Jonas Valanciunas has been very rejuvenated as of late.
Maybe a Zion appearance. Who knows?
That's another do you or do you not question. Do you bring Zion back?
No. Please don't bring him back. It's not going to work well.
Yeah. When I heard that, I'm like, bro, why are we even wasting our time talking about this? Like, there's no reason to bring him back. You want to mess up continuity? Are you insane?
As your franchise player, even if you have BICJ, as your franchise player in case something happens wrong with the other contracts.
You want to put this injury-prone ass dude out there to go run in a playoff game against the Suns?
The most high intense.
You gonna have Jay Crowder on him? Are you crazy? You wanted to mess his foot up again?
No, I wouldn't do it.
And you're tied 1-1. There's no Devin Booker. Why bring him back? What, you want to play Dallas or Utah so bad to get smoked in the second round? I don't know. They get smoked. It depends because Luka Doncic has the hamstring injury as well. No, my bad. Calf. It's a calf. And those injuries are crazy.
Talk about putting too much weight. He puts way too much weight on that team. Way too much weight. Nobody else other than Brunson. Sorry, other than Brunson.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't disrespect a possible future Nick like that. All right. Possible future. I don't want Brunson no more, man. After seeing him go off like this, I'm not paying him the money he's about to get. I'm good on that. I'm good. He's about to get like easily over 20 mil.
It'll be another Tim Hardaway contract. I'm pretty sure about that.
Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay on that.
28 mil? No.
It's okay. I mean, granted, I want Dallas to win, obviously, because the faster Utah loses, the faster Donovan Mitchell maybe asks for a trade. And with the situation looking how it is with the Knicks, we're kind of set up in a decent way.
If Mitch doesn't make it to the semifinals, he's out.
Can you just blow up the whole team? Like, trade Jordan Clarkson, trade Rudy Gobert, you try to trade Quinn Snyder, your coach, if you can. Like, do you just trade everything?
I don't know if that's possible, but I would. That's probably one of the best coaches out there.
Shit, if you give me a second-round pick for my coach, I'll do it. I'll be like, yo, I want a second-round pick.
Nice signing trade.
They did it with Pat Riley, and the Knicks kicked themselves every day for it.
There you go. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's how Pat Riley ended up with Miami. They traded the only coach in NBA history, and that's why he hates the Knicks so much and likes to spit on us while we're down.
That makes sense now.
Yep. That's something that everybody knows all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure you've heard it, and it's just one of those things that, like, leaves your mind. I know because it hurts every day to see the basketball right there with his signature and John Stark's signature on it together. And I'm like.
You know, another crazy stat? Chris Paul is yet to win a game with Scott Foster in the playoffs. That's probably one of the craziest.
You heard about the loser streak with him as well right now?
Yeah.
He's like on a 12-game loser streak with Scott Foster as an official.
It's bad.
Yeah, I need the NBA to stop playing games with this man to stop giving like official. I don't know what happens with Scott Foster and him. It's so weird.
It's so weird. Like 0-14 with him in the playoffs.
So what I'm hearing is I should try to bet not a mean amount of money, but a decent amount of money for him to win because that payout might be pretty good.
It's crazy because that's what happened with my boy Daniel. Like he put it on Brandon Ingram's assist and Pelicans winning, and he won like a ridiculous amount. It was like plus 650.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it was actually crazy to see. I would never thought the Pelicans would win the game this series, but that whole Scott Foster fact is
after that Devin Booker injury, they might end up winning the whole series.
Worse than the Madden curse.
The Scott Foster curse. I still don't understand that to this day, bro. It's actually wild to watch.
Agreed.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's still round one. There's a lot of these series that are either tied or 2-0, except the Philly series. by what? Let me see. They play
tomorrow, I think, the day after.
Philly plays Saturday, so that might be the first team out of the playoffs.
Probably.
So
I don't know.
by Monday we might have a few teams that are like more or less we know, and that one for sure team. So we'll
Yep.
wait till then to keep talking about. I was about to say MLB, NBA.
True.
Let's go to the NFL now because we have some big news. Would you like to talk about it? Because I'm a little excited. I might stumble my words again. So excited.
Start off.
All right, so there's been a lot of trade rumors. I know me and you talked about this the minute we saw the Russell Wilson trade go down. DK Metcalf still swirling in rumors. He's supposed to be getting a contract extension possibly, and he's kind of like, I don't want to go. I want to stay. Yada yada yada. You got AJ Brown. We're in negotiations. I kind of want to stay. Takes off Tennessee from his social media, which now in this day and age, some people might say is nothing, but that's how athletes talk now with their social media and who they follow, who they don't follow, who they have in their bio. That's another situation. Even though he liked something, apparently he don't want to come to the Jets. I don't know. I heard that was months ago, and they're bringing it up now, but whatever. And the biggest one, well, not biggest, but the most recent and the most obvious one, because he came out and said, oh, no, I want to get traded. Even though the 49ers are trying to come to a contract agreement with him. He's a little upset about the way he's been being used. He's not really crazy about being a running back. I'm pretty sure when they brought up the idea to him in the season, he was like, all right, whatever, because we don't have a running back. They lose Raheem Mostert, and he's like, y'all got me effed up. And y'all think I'm running back again. Nope, that's not how this is working. Y'all should have paid that man. I don't care how many times he gets hurt. Y'all are not putting me back there again.
They gave him the mean eye. Like, who do you think's running back?
Yo, he hit that monkey face, that meme that I love, where the monkey's like looking side-eyed and stuff. Because, I don't blame him. I'm not gonna get you crazy if you think I'm running up the middle and getting a defensive tackle lighting me up on my legs, tearing my ACL or something. You got me effed up.
Only him and Cordell Patterson. So only two that do the same thing.
But Cordell Patterson is like really more of the running back than the wide receiver. Deebo's more of a wide receiver than the running back. And Cordell Patterson's been doing this since he came in the league. Like, that's what he's been known for.
True.
Deebo Samuel just say, "Yeah, bro, you're pretty thick. Go back there."
The thing is, they always wanted that for him, which is crazy. Because like even the time before he got injured last year, they wanted him to like keep running the ball, which is crazy to me.
I'm good. So yeah, I mean, you want me to talk about the Jets' perspective? Because obviously everybody's saying that we're probably the favorites with all this because we try to trade for Tyreek Hill.
Of course.
So AJ Brown, I'm not too crazy about, as you know. I had him in fantasy. This dude cannot stay healthy. This is not the first year that he can't stay healthy. This has been AJ Brown since he first came into the league. So if we don't have to pay him that much, maybe. But I have him as like the third option on that list. Deebo Samuel will be my second option. My only problem, again, the amount of money we'd have to pay him, it depends the price for me, really. Because Deebo Samuel, I think he's a great talent. And he knows the system because we have everybody from the 49ers pretty much in the Jets now. Because we got Robert Saleh running head coach. He has LaFleur there who came from the 49ers and runs a very similar offense. So he will know the system. I think it really just comes down to, like, I'm trying to explain this. All right. We have Zach Wilson. We have Osuma and Tyler Conklin. We got Corey Davis, Elijah Moore. We have the 10 pick. The 49ers want a lot of stuff, apparently, for Deebo Samuel. And I'm looking at it like, yo, bro, we almost traded 2 second-round picks for Tyreek Hill. If y'all want something more than that, y'all are bugging out. I'm not trading all that.
He had one good year, arguably.
Yeah, because he's in his second year now.
Yeah, because he got hurt. He didn't get hurt. Well, last year he got hurt, but the rookie season he didn't do that well. And this season he played his best.
Yeah, and again, like it's one of those things of I get you're a talent, but do I want to pay you that much without knowing more. You know, like we kind of know who AJ Brown is. Super athletic, super strong, super big. Like he plays bigger than he is and can't stay healthy.
Yep.
DK Metcalf at the top of that list for me. You know, like ever since I seen this kid at Ole Miss, I was like, yo, I want him to be a Jet, bro. DK Metcalf is going to be the real deal, and people gave up on him because of a few injuries.
He's arguably the equivalent of Derrick Henry as running back, like in my opinion. Like
I like that. I like that comparison.
He's built as unstoppable in every aspect of the game.
Absolute freak of nature.
Literally.
Like, and that's my thing too. Is like Seattle's playing games. Like, what do you? All right, so let me ask you this, right? If you're a GM and the draft is literally a week away from today, which I'm not excited for, what do you do? Do you wait to trade these guys? Do you try to trade them before the draft because you obviously want the assets for them? Do you wait a season and take the risk?
I would trade because now you have. I don't even know who they have as quarterback. I think it was Geno Smith.
Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
Yeah, no, that's already a no for me. You have Chris Carson that keeps getting hurt. You have Tyler Lockett and only DK Metcalf.
Oh, my bad. Sorry to interrupt you, but that Chris Carson injury, they say might be a chronic injury because it's like in his neck and it's something that's been around for a while and it comes and goes a lot. So that's something to keep in mind. Just wanted to add that in there.
So you have Rashad Penny as running back and Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf while you just dropped Bobby Wagner to the best team in the NFL.
And you lost one of your best corners, DJ Reed, to the Jets, and you just signed Jamal Adams to some crazy-ass money. And you don't have your pick, and the only reason you got a pick back because you traded Russell Wilson, who, like we said, who's your quarterback?
At this point, you're the Texans with better wide receivers at this point. That's how I see it.
I don't know what the game is with you're going to cut Bobby Wagner, but you're not going to, like, try to trade away your most valuable asset, DK Metcalf.
It makes no sense. You have a quarterback that can't really throw them. Like, all respect to Drew Lock, he's not that talented.
No, and even then, like, if you want to keep Drew Lock for a year to get a quarterback next year, all right, cool. But you're telling me you want to keep DK Metcalf instead of trying to get the Jets to give you 2 second-round picks that are, technically speaking, first-round picks because you're getting people that are falling out of the first round, and these are early second-round picks. Exactly. So it's like, why not take that?
Exactly. 100% agree.
Same thing with the 49ers. Like, you got Trey Lance, who you might have to give a year. You got Jimmy G, who we don't know what his status is with the team. We don't know if he's staying. Apparently he's staying. They want to keep him. I don't blame them. I guess use him as a stopgap in the meantime. But if you're going to do the stopgap route, might as well get your picks and build your team up.
Exactly.
Especially because you're going to have to pay Nick Bosa soon, too.
And you got George Kittle. You got Brandon Ayuk. You have these players already assembled, but they're all still fairly young. Like, you don't need to win now compared to, like, that 1 year when they made it far, but that was because you had the running backs, wasn't some of Jimmy G.
And with those second-round picks, you can get a running back. And that helps the whole team because, like, how long has it been now that they went to the Super Bowl 2020?
I believe so. I forgot exactly the year.
I think it was 2020 because then COVID happened, like, right after.
Yeah.
Then the year before that, they were, like, in contention, but they didn't make it. And it's been the running back position. Like, when was the last time you remember saying, that 49ers running back is nasty?
In a while. Because they always use 3 running backs. It was never just one that took over. It was a rotation that Shanahan liked to use.
And then on top of that, I don't even think it had to do more so that he likes to run that rotation. I think he's forced into it because Raheem Mostert can never stay healthy.
Nope.
I can't remember any other running back, like, besides Frank Gore from years ago.
Yep.
Like, it's been bad, bro. It really is. And I think that's one thing that the 49ers just need, like, bad, especially in that system. Because look at Michael Carter. We're running the same system, and Michael Carter was, for the most part, a 2 to 3 down back.
He was a beast. He can play the passing game or he can play the running game. It was easy for him.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, like, I don't understand why they wouldn't take it. The Titans, I understand more so because you're kind of stuck in a win now situation because you got Derrick Henry, you got Ryan Tannehill.
You got Robert Woods now on the other side compared to Julio.
Yeah. So I get why you wouldn't want to trade A.J. Brown, but at the same time, same situation. If you could add a little more to your team to help your team, why not? Especially because you're in a conference now that looks insane and you have a middle of the pack quarterback now.
And you said this plenty of times. Jets have the most cap space. They have the most picks in the draft. Why not trade for one?
And it's not like, yo, and the crazy part is, like, we have a lot of picks, but it's like where we have the picks. Like, we have the 4, we have the 10. Granted, I'm not trading the 10. Y'all can kick rocks. If I trade back from 10 and give you one of those picks, all right, cool. But I'm not giving you the 10 pick. You're bugging out.
It had to be a really good. It had to be Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and then even then, we didn't have to give the 10 for Tyreek Hill because, like I said, our 2 second-round picks are from in the very beginning of the draft because we got the Panthers pick because Sam Darnold sucked, and we had our own pick because we sucked. Those are 2 picks that are very valuable, and we'll talk about more about that, Monday and even next week. Maybe we do something Wednesday before the draft, the day of the draft or something. We'll figure it out then with your schedule and my schedule, all that stuff. But long story short, I'm not trading too much for these guys because we saw how much it was to get Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill is arguably a top 1 receiver in my book. But some people will say top 3, top 5, whatever. Why am I trading for the next tier of guys, and I need to give you more? Are you insane?
I think in my conclusion, I hope you have the best draft day because you now officially have the most picks. So I hope however you guys utilize it, it's in a good way. Now, forcing anything is not like –
It will be because, it's Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas had run this team a lot better. You remember I told you I'm actually, like, for the first time in a long time,
you like him.
Very calm about his decision making, and I'm like, yo, it is what it is. If nobody want to come here, kick rocks, or get somebody that wants to be here, like a CJ Mosley, who's been very good for us, and Carl Lawson, who's going to be coming back next year. So I'll wait it out. But again, we'll wait till next week for that, especially because we got to see what happens with the Bengals and the Giants. Which I don't even think Chris wants to talk about the Giants because let's keep it a static.
All right now.
Picks or no picks, they're still gonna do something that's gonna have us all like, they did what?
Another wide receiver.
They'll draft like Malik Willis or something. But let's end with some baseball real quick. We'll be like a quick 2-minute, 3-minute thing because, like, again, it's very early. But how do you feel, man? The Mets have one of the best league records in baseball right now.
We don't have DeGrom and we're still winning. I'm surprised.
Granted, you have Scherzer, but
But, like, having both of them, that would be a really good look. So I'm excited now for the future.
Yeah, Lindor looks like who we all believed he was supposed to be last year. So that's been great. Not jealous or anything because the Yankees wanted to trade for him. And, I've been saying we should trade for him for the last 2-3 years now, which, again, you've been my witness for a lot of these predictions and look how most things end up going. But, it is what it is.
That's cool.
While the Yankees are 500 and we just lost to the Detroit Tigers 3-0.
Literally today.
Yeah, we can't hit the ball at all. But, it is what it is. I guess it's a league problem that no one can hit home runs right now. And the one team known for having to hit home runs to win games is also part of that problem.
It's true.
I think me saying that as early as a deflection more of I don't want to talk about the Yankees because it sounds like a lot of the things we were saying last year.
You're not wrong because the home runs issues, before it was the injury issues. So it's always some aspect in the regular season.
We're still going to make the playoffs. It might be close. We might be in it for sure.
You're going to be in it. I don't.
That's why I'm not stressing. But we'll see, man. Again, it's game 14. There's still 148 games left.
You got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time to talk Yankees. But, we decided to talk a lot about football and basketball because it's that time, man.
Not until later, yep.
But we'll leave it there. We'll be back Monday. There's going to be plenty of basketball to talk about over the weekend because these playoff series are going to get very, very spicy.
Maybe round 2 by then. Who knows?
I doubt it, man. These are going to come down to 6 for the most part.
I can see Miami and Philly already locking that in, but everybody else, yeah.
I think Atlanta wins like one little pity game at home, and then Miami goes, "Oh, you want to win a game? All right, watch this," and beat the brakes out of them in Miami.
Definitely see that happening.
But look, to wrap up, since we usually close out with a statement, it's been a great playoffs, man. I get to watch Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson go at it, see which one of them become a future Knick possibly. I've been able to watch the Celtics and Nets. You know I hate both teams very, very passionately, and whichever one loses, I really don't care. At least one loses. That's all that matters to me. And I get to make fun of one of them. And then to wrap it up, Atlanta is getting smoked by Miami. Like, yo, it's been a great playoff for the Knicks if you look at it.
What's the motto? F. Trae Young? That's what they say out in New York?
I mean, I say Trae is bolden. I don't really say F. Trae Young. I can really care less. But
I know.
What about you, E? What's your closing statement?
Closing statement is it's a pool party out there, so be careful. That's all I'm going to say.
I had to look over my shoulder from that PTSD, you feel me?
He should have most improved player, but, we won't go there. We'll say that for next time.
We'll save that for when the award is actually announced. Congrats to Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. Did you agree, yes or no? We'll end on that.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
Yeah, he definitely is a single-player defender and a team defender because he makes the people around him better, and he also makes himself just live off of defense. So
absolutely.
I agree 100% with you, bro. With that being said, we'll leave it there. We'll be back Monday. Plenty of basketball to watch. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope everybody out there watching enjoys it.
Yes, sir.
Peace.